guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had a lot of people ask me how I treat my clothes, where I put them and how I do it. So today's video is going to be about my ozone closet. Okay, so here's the closet. It is 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and 31 inches deep. The dimensions are kind of up to you, but I would recommend that you make it 31 inches deep. Kind of gives you the option if you want to get it through a standard door, you still can. So that's a pretty important thing to think about. On the front here is the ozone unit. I bought this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can take a peek at that. But it's basically the same unit that ScentLok uses on all their stuff, on their bags and on their ozone closets as well. Around to the side here, this is basically just a surge protector with a switch. And my lights, which are inside here, which you'll see here in a second. That's plugged in here. My tote for my boots here, and obviously the ozone unit itself. So let's get it turned on and take a peek here. So that's the ozone unit you just heard. Before we open up the closet here, this is a very simple machine to use. You can set it for all the way up to 60 minutes. I believe it's 5-minute intervals. Yep, 5-minute intervals all the way up to 60 minutes. Most of my stuff is about 30 minutes is what I have it set to, so that seems to work out pretty good. Let's get this opened up. Oh yeah, real quick too. So I have a bolt on the top and the bottom, and then obviously this here. And the reason I did that, this door, you know, this whole thing is made with 3/8 CDX plywood. So I had a little bit of bowage in the door here, which wasn't too bad, but adding those extra bolts on the top and the bottom really seemed to seal the door up real well. Okay, on the inside, I have 2 lights mounted in each corner. They work really well. I believe they are made by Smart Electrician. You can find them at Lowe's. I did end up painting the inside of this closet after I was all done and I was, you know, mounting the hooks. I could never get rid of the plywood smell in here. So I will put a link in the description as well for the type of paint I used. It was a very rare paint because it was very hard to get rid of the smell. I used many different types of kills paints and everything, and it just would not take care of it. But I think it was Zinsser, but I'll put the link for you. All right, so up here you can see I put some real heavy hanging brackets here. These are real heavy duty. You'd be surprised at how much, like, especially your bag, how much your bag weighs in your heavier hunting clothes. So I have 4 across the top there. Down here, these are some smaller hooks for like my base layers, my binoculars, my rangefinder. Jackson's clothes here, those are pretty light. Over here, more hooks. Like I said, all my hunting gear. I try to take everything out of my bag and kind of lay everything out in here so it kind of all gets treated with the ozone. The basket down here has all my socks, my gloves, my head coverings, all that good stuff. This is usually sitting outside. That's where all my dirty gloves and socks go after every hunt. Down here I can put all my camera equipment, my boots, all that good stuff. So I made this big enough so I can fit all my gear that I take out in the field with me. It all fits in here, gets treated with ozone. I think even my bow, right here is the hook for my bow. So my bow sets in there, I can close it up, hit it for 30 minutes, and I'm good to go. Now, one other thing I'll show you guys, I'm not going to talk a lot on because that can be a whole nother video, is this Essential Elements, and it's activated charcoal powder, food grade charcoal powder. This stuff is absolutely amazing. If you guys would like me to talk more about this in another video, please leave in the comments section because that's an absolute essential when you're looking at your scent control program. So to go over overall what this is made out of, it's a 3/8 CDX plywood. then the framing on the inside, I believe it's 1x3 material or 2x3 material. It's 2x3, and Lowe's had that, and they had it at a discounted price. So I figured, well, what a better thing to actually frame this out in. So it's all framed out, painted like you see, and I actually siliconed all the inside corners to make it airtight. And I think that's pretty much it. I think I used some 1x material out here just to kind of cover up some seams. You don't really need to do that, but it really helped with my door. As you can see how the door is made, just kind of frame the door out in that I think it's 1x4 material. And I kind of, here if you can see on this door, just kind of notched it out and left this little overhang so I can actually put, if I wanted, you know, a rubber gasket all the way across the top and around the door, and it would seal up nice and tight. Well, what I'll try to do is I'll get a material list together and put it in the description as well. I believe after I had everything from the 2x3s to the 3/8 CDX, the paint, brackets and all that, it probably ran me close to $300, which is pretty much what you're going to pay for some of the stuff on the market that ScentLock has right now. But this is, gosh, this is probably going to last me, you know, my whole life, and Jackson will probably inherit it. So it's served me pretty well. I could get into, gosh, I could get into probably a half-hour video on all my scent control stuff, from, like I said, the charcoal powder, the zeolite powder, and sometimes I wear a face mask, just depends. But yeah, it's quite a process. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer them for you. All the materials and everything I used to build this, I'm going to have links in the description so you guys can check that out. I have some really good videos coming out on my complete scent control program, as far as like charcoal powders, some more on the ozone, and just some small tips and tricks and strategies that I use here in Michigan. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.